The book I'm holding, Delaware, Small Wonder, features 185 color photographs of Delaware from top to bottom. It's taken by Delaware native son Kevin Fleming, and now a photographer with National Geographic magazine, and it's co-published by Harry Abrams and the state of Delaware. Joining us from the Delaware Tourism Office is Kate Wheeler and photographer Kevin Fleming. Welcome both to Focus Delaware.
Thank you.
Kevin, you're an old hand, and Kate, you are too, so actually introductions weren't really needed. Kevin, could you explain how this book developed from photographs that you did in an August 1983 pictorial study of Delaware, how it all developed from that?
That's right. I did a story for National Geographic on Delaware using about 25 pictures out of 10,000 that I took. And Nathan Hayward from the Delaware Development Office got the idea that it would be a good book. So we saved the pictures from obscurity and put them together in the book.
So you get to promote a few more of those wonderful pictures that you'd taken at that time. Now, this photographic essay by Kevin Fleming is also a show that's going to be featured at the Delaware Art Museum starting tomorrow, December 7th. Kate, you may have some of the details on that.
Yes, it's going to open tomorrow night with a special opening function, and then it'll be open to the public on December 8th at the Art Museum through January 6th. There'll be 38 shots included in the exhibit, and there will be a limited edition of 10 signed prints, signed, of course, by the artist, Kevin, which will be for sale in conjunction with the exhibit. And we're all very excited about it. We think it's going to be a wonderful showcase for Delaware and for Delaware's people, and we're delighted that it's going to be at the Delaware Art Museum.
Well, Kevin, why don't we take a peek now at some of those photographs that appear in Delaware Small Wonder?
Sure.
Okay. What do we see?
Well, this is the cover. It's a photograph of the Reedy Point Bridge taken from an airplane at sunset. It was kind of difficult to line up the two boats and the bridge in the same picture, but we got one or two frames where it worked.
You spent a lot of time in an airplane for these pictures?
Quite a bit of time. Another high spot, this is on top of the Delaware Memorial Bridge, about 440 feet up. Again, just after sunset, the workman was, I wanted to capture him at the dusk, you know, the time of day.
What is he doing?
He's working on the light there that marks the top of the bridge. Now this is the Wilmington Western Railroad going by Grenoble. It's an everyday occurrence almost, but it doesn't go by at sunrise, so I photographed it from a helicopter at sunrise.
The light is really interesting in that picture.
Yeah, the light is all important. Another helicopter shot. Yes. This is Rehoboth Beach at the boardwalk, and I was able to get a good crowd at the beach with the arcades and things there. Nice combination of everything there. This was a moment. It's 5 minutes later, this picture wouldn't really be a picture. It's the sun reflecting in the windows of a house, and it only happens for a few minutes every day. Then the sun sets, and it goes back to being just a regular farmhouse. This was a picture early morning, just after sunrise at Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge. Herons reflected in the water. I had to wait a long time before the herons got at ease around me so that I could make the picture.
This is the cover shot of the Delaware 1985 Delaware calendar, which is also available with all photographs from the book too.
Yeah, Kevin, he seems to have the right eye for the light, and I understand that you'll wait a long time just to get the right light or the right moment or mood, and you've won quite a few accolades in Pennsylvania and nationally for your photographic works.
I've won a few awards, yeah. But the light is really the key thing to making pictures. The bridge picture took somewhere around 4 trips to the top of the bridge to make just the right light.
How were you tied up there on that bridge?
I was balanced. I wasn't tied on.
Now, Kevin, you're a Clayton boy, local homegrown product, and then you went to Wesley College and then to the News Journal.
Well, I started at the State News professionally.
I see.
And just briefly, and then to the News Journal, and from there to the magazine.
And then you've been smuggled into Somalia. You just got back from the Yukon. You witnessed the assassination of Sadat and photographed that whole escapade. Of all those things, are there any highlights that stand out? Of all your experiences with National Geographic?
Certainly something like an assassination. And oddly, some of the ones you mentioned are very important. But coming back to Delaware was a good experience. Someone coming from Kansas might not think Delaware is a good assignment, but it was fun to come back home and do that.
Kate, is the book available now, and hardback and softback, and what are the prices?
Absolutely. The hardbound version sells for $45. It's available in retail stores throughout the state. It's done very well. We're very pleased with the sales of that. 5,000 copies were printed, and 8,000 were printed of the softbound, which is available through the Delaware Development Office in Dover and through various convention and visitors bureaus, chambers of commerce, and other nonprofit organizations throughout the state.
Now,
and that sells for $19.95.
And the Delaware Tourism Office has also put together some of Kevin's pictures on posters and
That's right.
calendar.
Yeah, I mentioned the calendar, the 1985 monthly calendar,
Yes.
which sells for $7.95. And we also have a series of 6 posters, 2 from each county, and those sell for $5 a piece. And those are available in stores or through the Delaware Development Office.
Kevin, are the pictures in the book a cross-section representation of Delaware?
Pretty much. It goes from the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and the governor to the farm worker down on the farm, the people at the beach relaxing, industry, vacations, pretty much the whole scope.
Did you get some new feelings about Delaware?
Oh, sure. I
going
came back with fresh eyes. I had spent 2 years working for the magazine, flying around doing different things, and it was really fun to come back with the new eyes, you know, after having worked in Delaware for so long, and see the same people in a different light.
What are some of the experiences or feelings that stand out in your mind, having done the photographic essays for both the magazine and the book here in our state? Some of the experiences that you had.
Oh, it's fun to come back where people speak English and just to relax and make the pictures that you find and you like.
Now, you just got back from the Yukon?
Right. Well, it's sort of near in subarctic, actually, with a dog team, going out with an Indian trapper doing a story in the history of Canada.
I lead such a boring life compared to that. I have a 9-to-5 job.
But it's warmer here.
It's warmer here. Was that just a typical experience for you working for National Geographic?
Yeah, in April I did get to the North Pole. I've circled the globe on one story. There's a lot of travel, a lot of meeting new people.
You circled the globe. Was that the time that you were in a Concorde plane in order to photograph the curvature of the Earth?
No, I saw the curvature, though, from the Concorde. But this was a story on high-energy physics where I started in Washington and came back the other way.
I see. Do you like travel, or is that a silly question?
No, I don't like travel.
No, you don't?
I don't mind being there. The actual traveling is beginning to be a hassle. But once you're there and have time to meet people, it's okay.
Now, will you be at the show tomorrow night?
Oh, you bet.
Delaware
I'm
Museum?
looking forward to it.
And then the general public will be able to see the display starting the day after that, December 8th through January 6th.
I believe that's right, yeah.
Okay, well, we invite all of the public to go see the show at the Delaware Art Museum the 8th of December through January 6th. And also we invite you to buy Delaware Small Wonder at your local bookstore. And if they don't have it or they run out, demand they get some more copies.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Kevin, for being on again. And Kate, thank you ever for always
Thank
being
you,
on.
Bob.